Good morning. Welcome. I'm the Frugal Knitter. My name's Alison and I live in the Scottish borders in the UK. Thank you for joining me this morning. Now this video has been a long while coming. I've been putting it off and putting it off. But this morning I thought, no, I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to jump straight on. I've got no excuses. I am busy later on today, but I did get up extra early just so that I could get a few jobs done before I hopped on. It's been about 10 months and I've really missed being here. I've been so busy over the summer. I've been working my socks off. I also do cycling. I've got dogs and ponies and everything. So it's really been full on and I haven't had much time at all. I have been managing to knit. And I'll show a couple of items in a moment. I won't show you them all because they're just not really kind of relevant. A lot of them are gifted and the other things are they're summer garments, so you're not really wanting to be seeing those you know, when we're going into winter. Just before I forget, I do now have an email address, so it's thefrugalknitter@gmail.com. You can find me on Ravelry as thefrugalknitter2, and I'm also on Instagram, which I'm using a bit more often now as the Frugal Knitter. So you can find me on all those platforms, and I'll be, you know, happy as Larry if you contacted me and sent me a message. Tell me what you're doing, what you're working on. That'd be really great. So yes, I've had a really busy summer. Winter's coming on now and my hours have completely dropped. In fact, last week I only worked about 12 hours. So as you can see, I've got a bit more time on my hands to hopefully get some podcasts out. So, and I've really missed it. So I thought, yeah, I'm going to jump on today and just, you know, just have a quick chat and tell you. I say quick chat, I've got it'll probably go on quite a bit. So grab yourself a cup of coffee. The great thing with YouTube, of course, is you can pause and come back another day. So do that if you need to. But yeah, so anyway, first of all, what am I wearing? Now, I made this probably a year or two ago. It's a ranunculus. I have spoke about it before. It's made in Wensleydale long wool and it's very itchy. As you can see, I've got a top underneath it. I don't wear wool very well. I do find I do get quite itchy with things on, which is a shame because I love it all so much, but it's just a fact. The only positive thing about it is that if it has got an acrylic content for me, it's a bit cheaper because I am the frugal knitter after all. But I do like using wool, but unfortunately sometimes it's just a bit too much. So you will see some acrylic. And also I've got grandchildren as well, and of course it's only sensible to knit in acrylic for those when they're throwing up and spilling things down them. So yeah, so anyway, so this is the, let's say, the ranunculus by what's her name again now? Midori Hirose. Is it Midori? That doesn't sound right. Is it? Hang on, let me write in my notes. Yeah, it's Midori Hirose. It's a while since I've said it, so sorry about that. Everybody knows it anyway. But yeah, so I did the long sleeve version. It's cropped. I usually wear it on top of a dress or just with my jeans. I've got it with my jeans today. It's lovely and warm. The Wensleydale long wool is absolutely lovely. It's just a little bit too scratchy for me, but it's not as bad as it was. With a few washes, and it's peeled a little bit. I don't know if you can see, but that's not too bad really. I have worn it quite a bit, but I'm really pleased with that, and that's come back out. Now it's getting a bit colder. So what I'll show you is a couple of things what I finished in the summer. First of all, they're not really relevant now, but I'll just show them quickly. So this was, I've done a couple of the Tolster tees before. This is another one that I did, and I'm really pleased with that. It's been worn loads actually since I've made it, and I did that in, gosh, do you know what, I can't remember, I'm so sorry. It is in a pure cotton, and I just can't remember what I did it in, and it's lovely and soft, and that gets worn loads. In fact, I've even worn it over a long sleeve t-shirt just recently before it got too cold, and I love the colour of that. I think that blue, it kind of suits me Yeah, but yeah. So that was that. So I've done that. I think you can't see it that good, but just to show you quickly. And then I did the, just make sure I show you the right way around. Yeah, so then I did the anchor shirt by PetiteKnit, which I was really pleased about. I think what I'm going to do though is put some elastic around here because the weight of it has made the neckline drop. So I think I'm just going to put a little bit of elastic in there ready for next year. And I was really pleased with that. That got wall loads. That's made with Drops Bell, and I think the colour, it's showing up a bit pinker there than what it is actually in real life. It's more of a darker pink. Probably this up here, this is the actual colour. And I think the colour was rose, antique rose, something like that. But yes, that's got loads of wear as well. I've just finished a pair of which ones were they? Put my glasses on and I might remember. Oh yeah, so these are the Sunday socks by PetiteKnit, and they was done in West Yorkshire Spinners Aaron Croft. And I made these a lot shorter than what the pattern called for because I only had one skein, and I just scraped through with a little nugget at the end left. And I just followed the pattern, heel flap and gusset. You can tell I haven't done this for a long while, but my memory is shocking. Right, so it's a heel flap and gusset, and then just a ribbed leg. And it was really quick to knit up as well. As I say, I only had one skein, and so I cut them short. They're just inside my wellies, so it doesn't really kind of matter. I didn't want them long anyway, going up my legs, so they're ideal, and they're so warm. I've only tried them on, but I haven't actually put them in my wellies yet because I wanted to show you. But so yeah, so they knit up. I just ended up with a little nugget. Now I did the size 37 to 38. I'm actually a size 5. So I didn't measure around my foot or anything for that. I just did the size 37 to 38. It took one skein, and yeah, I'm pleased with them. I did just have to weigh them halfway through just to make sure that I had enough yarn. But pleased with them. I can't remember the colourway for that, but that is sort of like green, speckly. If I show you on the foot, you can see there. Okay. Now, well, I've just noticed where I'm sitting in this light, so the window's just here. You can see every single wrinkle, especially with my glasses on. So I do apologise for that. I'll try not to get too close to the camera. Right, so back in the summer, I'll tell you a little story now. About 20 years ago, I knit my husband, who we're now separated. It's probably got something to do with the jumper. We were together for over 25 years, but hey ho. Yeah, so about 20 years ago, I knitted my this jumper for my husband, what he wanted. And it's this pattern here. And it's from the Rowan Knitting Magazine number 30. And yeah, so he wanted this sweater, and it's the Castaway, and it's by Sarah Dallas. I'm just looking at my notes there, and I originally did it in Rowan Spun DK. Now he wore that jumper to death, and it kept its shape. It didn't wear, it hardly ever pilled. It was a lovely jumper. And then one day, I don't know what came over me, I just shoved it in the wash with, I think it was some like children's clothes or something, and I thought, oh, that'd be okay. And it wasn't. It came out like about half the size. Now, my husband is not a very big man, but there's no way that was going to fit him. It wouldn't even have fitted one of the kids. I think it was that bad. And things just went downhill after that. I don't know why. I don't know why, but anyway, a few years on, and we're still friends, and we got chatting. He says, "Are you ever going to re-knit me that jumper?" And I thought, do you know what I mean? Because the cost of wool and everything, it was going to cost me over £100. And he says, "Are you ever going to do that jumper for me?" And I've always felt bad about shrinking it. So I thought, do you know what? I think I might just do it. So anyway, this magazine, the original one, was long gone. Yeah, I didn't have it anymore. So I found a copy on eBay, which was about £10. That hurt straight away. And then I thought, right, okay. So what I did, I contacted Rowan. I sent them an email and I said, look, which is the best one, alternative yarn that I can use? Because I really wanted to keep to the same colours because he really liked those colours. But yeah, so originally it was done in Rowan Spun DK. And so what I'll do is I'll put a picture up of the new one that I've made up here. Forgive all this blue tack stuck on the wall. It's when my daughter had loads of photographs, and when she moved out she took them down. So that's the first thing that I'm going to have to revamp, is that wall. Perhaps get one of those boards, where you can pin things to. I thought that might be quite good. Make it a bit more pleasing to the eye. So I do apologise for that, but I can stick my photographs up here. So what I'll do is I'll stick a photograph of the one that I've just finished. And I actually did it, the new one, in the Rowan Felted Tweed. And I can show you the colours in a moment that I used. Now, I used 6 skeins of the main colour. Let me go back to the original picture. And then I had to use, there was the colours for the stripes as well. So so this colour here I used, I can't remember what the name of the colour was. It was like a turquoise, I think it was called. And then, of course, and then there was an alternate colour here. And what it was is the back is then alternate, if you know what I mean. And now I don't know if you can see, but these cuffs here have got the stripes, so I had to buy one ball of those. But the main colour I used, I did a 40-inch chest, and I used 6 skeins of the Rowan Felted Tweed for the main colour, and then 1 skein for each of the other colours, and I think there was about 5 colours. I'll show you the colours in a moment. Because anyway, I did that and he really liked it. It was grateful and all the rest of it. And the colours, which I think I did quite good with, I ended up, of course, with lots of yarn left. So I've made myself a Boneyard shawl by Stephen West, which I absolutely love. So it took me, I'll just put it there. Perhaps I can use it as a thumbnail, do you think? So this is just used from the leftovers from the sweater. So I don't know if you can see there. I think I did, that's the green. I only had a little bit of the green left. It is darker in real life. We've got this light shining here. And the colours I think that I've used, I don't know if you can see the red there on the sleeve, and the purple, which is just on top of the green green section of the jumper. So I think I did pretty good matching up the colours. They was almost the same. I would just say that these were a bit more vibrant, and those ones on the original jumper was a bit more muted. But yeah, so pleased with this. So this is the Boneyard shawl by Stephen West. It was the very first shawl that he wrote up. It's a free pattern, and I've always wanted to do a Stephen West shawl. This is the first proper full-size shawls that I've ever done. I've always been thought I would never get to the end. It only took me a week, so I thought, well, I'll start with his very simplest shawl, and it was this one. And it was just so easy to do, and it was just so addictive. He shows it in the just a plain, just one colour, and you can do either the yarn overs to get the holes, or you can just knit one in the front and back to increase and not have these holes. But I wanted the holes because I thought it made it look a bit fancier. And then it finishes off with an I-cord edge. So, and I've done the lovely I-cord edge all the way along the bottom. It does call for just just along this bottom edge. It's just plain knitting to finish off. And I didn't do the recommended amount because I was running out of yarn, and I certainly didn't want to go and buy another ball just to finish off. So I just did less garter stitch rows at the end. I'm presuming that's so that, I know nothing about shawl construction, but I'm just presuming that's just to stop it from curling up. But I'm really, really pleased with it. Again, it's a little bit perhaps itchy for me, but if it's really cold then I should be fine. But I'm so pleased with it, and it's the first one I've done proper shawl, and I know it's just a simple one, but I can't wait to get sort of like started on another one. I think I'd start straight away, but I've got so much gift knitting I need to get done, I haven't got time. But I'm really pleased with that. So I'd thoroughly recommend it if you haven't done a shawl before and you want to have a go. This is just so easy to do, and of course it's just got the yarn overs increases along the side. But it's a fantastic one to get going. It is a free pattern, which I got on Ravelry, so yeah, thoroughly recommend that, and I'm so pleased with it. So, and as you can see, those are the colours that I used for his sweater in the summer. Yeah, so that's that. So I shall be doing some more shawls, especially after Christmas. So really pleased with that. So that's what I've been knitting on. What am I knitting on at the moment? Okay, so in my Emma Ball bag, the puffins. I'm not one for many project bags. I could do with some more probably, but I can't justify buying them. I've got 2 Emma Ball bags. I'll show you the other one in a moment, and the other ones are just bags that I keep, the net bags that you get from Warehouse, or I just keep an eye out in the charity shops as well for little bags that I can use. So I haven't got much to show you on this, but this is the Cara wrap that the Creabea has just brought out. I thought I'd give it a go. Now I love this colour. I'm not sure if I've got to coat this colour, and I think it suits me, but I'm not sure. I think it suits me. My mum always used to say that these like olive and khaki colours suited her. I'm the same colour as what she was, so I think it looks okay. Yeah, so as soon as the pattern became available, I purchased it. I did get the 15% off because I ordered it the weekend that it came out, so that was handy. So yeah, so as I say, this is the Cara wrap by Creabea, and she does some wonderful patterns, and they always seem to fit me okay. And so yeah, I usually end up just doing a size 4. I didn't swatch for this. I know I should have done, but I didn't, because I've never had. I usually come up to gauge, and if it's a yarn that I know, I'm actually doing it in Drops Charisma. So I ordered that, and that came within a few days. So yes, I've started this. I haven't done much. I've just done. In fact, I just pulled some out earlier this morning, because what have I done? It curls, because there's no ribbon there, it curls as you're knitting it. And where I was actually knitting while I was working yesterday, I wasn't paying attention. I must have caught my yarn up somehow, and I ended up with a big loop. And I thought, so I didn't want to go back, so I cut it and then thought I'd knot it, but it just left. I wasn't happy, so I ripped it all out. I hadn't done much, so it didn't really matter. But as I ripped it out, I also ripped out, and they pinged off the markers that that show you where the shoulder is. So I've just got to put them back in. That's no problem. I've only got to count along and put the markers back in. So that's as much as I've done. I've done the short row shaping, and I've just gone down a few rows. So I've made a start on that. I'm hoping to get that finished quite quickly because I would like it, but I'm not sure how much time I'm going to have. I don't think it'll take too long to knit up because it's basically all stocking stitch. But I'm really looking forward to doing that. So that's one thing I'm doing. And then I'm also working on the Hermione socks. But I write everything down below. I won't put links in because we're all grown-ups and can find things. But I will tell you what they are. Or I can put it up here or something. So, yeah, so these are the Hermione socks. And really enjoying them. They're so easy to do. Just see the texture there. So they're a well-known pattern. There's been thousands done of them. Project notes on Ravelry for them. And I'm doing that in Yarn Smith's Merino Sock Superwash. And yeah, so I love this yarn. It's really lovely. And it's so soft and squishy. And I just wish I'd found it sooner. And it always seems to be on sale. I can't remember how much I paid. It's supposed to be £5 something. But I can't remember. I must have paid £3 something. But it's so soft and squishy. And I'm thinking I could have a jumper in this and it would be okay. And quite affordable as well. So they do a DK version. So I think what I might do is the next sweater that I do, I think I'm going to try and choose a pattern where I can use this in the DK and see how I get on because it's so lovely. And it's just... I don't think I could go back to the other sock yarn now after this. We'll see. But I'm going to do this with contrasting heels, toes and ribbon at the top. So that's those. They are going to be a gift knit, I think. And I'll just have a look at the... So that's shade, DK198. I'm presuming that's the, I don't know if that's off the green one or off the off-white one, but yeah. So if any of you have knitted with the Yarn Smith's DK Merino, could you let me know and tell me what you thought about it? And could you let me know what pattern you used to knit it up, what you used to knit it in. I can't even talk. What you knitted in it. What you knitted in it. God. Totally out of practice. Never mind. Okay. Hopefully I'll get better. This is it was never and will never be a professional podcast. You'll never probably ever see, I don't know, you might see a lighted candle one day. If I ever get organised, and you might see my herbal tea that I'm drinking. Today I just swigged my coffee before I came on. But I do want to make this a bit nicer. So I've got plans for it, but I just don't know what. I need to keep the bed in here for when my daughter visits. I'm going to have to pack her things away, which I hate doing. But obviously I'm not going to get rid of them. I'll just store them somewhere else. But I haven't got much space, to be honest. But I want this to be a nice space that I can come in, you know. And, yeah. So anyway, I digress again. Right, now, if you have watched my other podcast, you'll see that I was doing the Corran cardigan. I know it's a summer one again, but I thought, do you know what, I've got to get it off the needles. I really have. It's been languishing in the corner for ages. And first of all, when I started knitting it, I was doing it in, I don't know why I did it, but I was using some Aran weight yarn, and of course that wasn't right. And then I got back into it again, which was fine. It was coming out lovely. And then I suddenly realised I was using the wrong size needles. And when I tried it, I couldn't work out why it wasn't coming out the right size. I mean, why did I do that? I don't know. So anyway, this is the Corran cardigan. We all know it by the Creabea. And the yarn that I'm actually using is just a cheap acrylic. My daughter got me a big pack of it once for Christmas a couple of years ago, and I thought it's no good, I've got to use it. And as the Corran cardigan is going to be next to my skin, because I'll put it on top of short sleeve tops or, you know, without any sleeves at all in the summer, because it is a, you know, a summer cardigan, then it had to be something that wasn't going to itch. I didn't want to do it in cotton, so I just used this cheap yarn that she got me. It's 100% acrylic. It came from my local factory shop, and I thought, you know what, I'd just use it in that, which was great. And it was, you know, it was coming out fine. But then I put it down, and then when I picked it up, I forgot where I'd got to. So that causes a few problems. There's loads of mistakes in it. And there shouldn't be. It's an easy enough pattern. There's nothing wrong with the pattern at all. But yeah. And so I've got this one. So I've got the body. I've got one sleeve. And I've got half a sleeve. So there's not much to go. It's just like a quarter of a sleeve and the button band. But when I tried it on, the sleeves are fine. I did add in an extra 3 stitches as suggested underneath when I was casting on for the arm, because I haven't got ginormous arms, but they're certainly not small, and so I added on an extra 3 stitches under the armhole to account for that, and they fit absolutely perfectly. The sleeves are wonderful, I love them, but I can't just wear the sleeves. And when I cast on for when I changed needle size for the ribbing, it dawned on me that I'd been using the wrong, I'd been using a 4mm instead of a 5mm needle, obviously DK, so I usually just think they'll DK 4mm, and it wasn't, it was 5mm, so yes, I totally messed up there. So when I've actually got it on, it might be different once I've done the button band, or perhaps I could make the button band a bit wider, I don't know. But anyway, so I don't think it's gonna, I know I probably wouldn't ever have it done up anyway, but I don't like it when it's obvious that you can't do it up because you're too big for it. So anyway, I showed it to my daughter, and guess what? It fits her perfectly. So she may be getting it instead, which I don't mind, as long as it gets used. It has got a few mistakes. I said, well, it's got some, but she can't see the mistakes. I think it's only a knitter that would see the mistakes. Yeah, so she might end up with that, which is fine. She's not going to be able to use it till next year anyway. She's brilliant. She'll wear anything I make her. She'll love it. But yeah, so that's probably going to go to her. So I've got that in another Emma Ball bag. And that basically, those 2 Emma Ball bags are the only proper bags I've got. So yeah, so maybe next year I'll treat myself to one. So that's that. I'm also working on slip stitch shawl. I can't remember who did that either. I saw Ruth loves in it. She showed one that she was doing on her podcast. She's my favourite podcaster. So I thought I could do that. So I actually cast this one on before the Boneyard shawl. But then I started the Boneyard shawl and I got so into it I couldn't put it down. So this got shoved to the side, but don't get me wrong, this is really good fun to knit, and it's so easy as well. So where are we? So this is how far I've got so far. And it's so pretty, actually. Those colours are about right. So easy to do. So I'm using up just dregs of self-striping sock yarn with this as my contrast colour in between my sets of rows. I don't know what this is. I think it's a pure wool. I picked it up. No, it was a lady. She gave lots of these cones into our knit group. Aunt had passed away, and I think she'd worked in one of the mills, and she had some of these. and she passed them on to us. So I picked up this one because it was my favourite colour, but there's no actual information that gives away the yarn content or anything. So I use that to go in between. And then at the moment I'm using, I don't even know what brand these yarns are. I can't remember. Oh, I think that's West Yorkshire Spinners, could be Kingfisher. And if it's not Kingfisher, it could be Blue Tit. I think it's Kingfisher. And so that's what I'm using at the moment to get the colours. And of course you just slip in every other stitch, so it's really easy and quick to do. So that's the two colours I'm using there, and then when they run out I shall just use these other ones that I've got. I can't remember what any of them are. That was a Christmas one. I'm hoping I won't need to use that one. Yeah, so they're the ones I'm going to use. That's just odd sock yarn, self-strapping sock yarn that I've got. So I'll just use that and hopefully get that. But I doubt if I'll have time to do much more on that before Christmas. So that's that. What else I've got to show you? We're just about there. What's in here? That's it. I've shown you everything, I think. I feel as if I've forgotten something. Just let me check my notes. Yeah, that's it. So what, sorry, I was bending forward then. You can probably just see the top of my head. Very professional here. Yeah, so anyway, I'm planning on, I've just downloaded the pattern for the Diamond Halo hat by Stephen West. I'll put a photograph here. That looks like it'd be a really great gift knit. And I'm also, I started making an emotional support chicken, and I don't know why I gave up on it, but anyway I shoved it to the side. I think I didn't like the yarn that I was using for it. I know it just calls for scraps really, so I want to have another go at that as well before Christmas. So I'm supposed to be doing a couple of, oh, I forgot to tell you about the anchor onesie. Just let me, I'll go back to the chicken in a minute. So yeah, so my daughter, my eldest daughter, in the summer, she had a little girl, and I was lucky enough that I flew down to see them. They live not far from Bedford, so I went down there to see them, and I took, I just have a carry-on, I never take, and that's the carry-on as in under the seat carry-on, not even above your head carry-on. So I just took, I bought a case that fits totally just straight under the seat, so in there I had to get my things. I only went for the weekend, so it wasn't too bad. And then I took cardigan, a couple of cardigans, and I took this PetiteKnit's anchor onesie. She wanted an all-in-one, and I did it in a couple of sizes bigger so that she would have it ready for the winter. And it didn't cost me a penny to knit, because again it was one of those cones that got handed in to the knit group, and I used that, and it come out absolutely perfectly. I hated doing it. In fact, I don't like knitting baby clothes at all. I don't know why. I don't know why I don't like doing them. So so yeah, but I did it because, you know, I wanted to do it, and because she wanted one. So but she's got loads of other people that knit for her as well that can probably knit a hell of a lot better than what I can. So yeah, but I wanted to do one thing, of course. I wanted to do something nice, so I did this anchor onesie, and it came out absolutely beautiful. And what I'll do is I'll put a photograph of it here, and because I was so pleased with it, I can't believe I forgot to tell you about that, because it was one of the main things that I did, and it's come out absolutely lovely. It was in a sort of like I don't know what the yarn was again. I didn't swatch for it or anything like that, because I knew that what was the point of swatching? You know, the baby was going to be, it was going to be for when she was older. I have got a picture of her in it, but it's swamps. And of course it was too warm really for her to wear it then. So anyway, but I put a picture up here, and you can see, and yeah, I was really pleased with that. Going back to the emotional support chicken, so so I intend to do that. So I've chosen some yarn that I've just got left over. I'm going to have a go with that. Now, if anybody can give me some suggestions, I want to do, I've got a 6-year-old granddaughter and a 2-year-old grandson, and my daughter's wanting me to do them a couple of Christmas jumpers, which I presume is for school and nursery when they have their Christmas jumper day. Ooh, kicking you over. And I don't want anything too difficult. I want something that's quite quick, ideally in DK. I'm not brilliant at intarsia, although I don't mind giving it a go if it's something not too difficult, but I'm okay with stranded colour work. So if you've got any ideas, especially if they're a free pattern as well, that would be useful and not too difficult, something that I can do quite quickly. If you've got any ideas, I keep looking through the patterns. But I said to her, you know, can you measure the chest? So she sent me my granddaughter's chest. Well, she's 6 and it was a 20-inch chest. But when I looked at the sizes of one particular pattern, well, a couple of patterns actually, it said that it was for, was it a 9-month-old something? I thought, that can't be right. Or a 2-year-old or something like that. I think it was like for a 2-year-old. And I know they don't really kind of change that much, but for her age, it was supposed to be like a 26, and I wouldn't say she's particularly small. So I'll get her over next weekend and got her for the night, so I shall have a proper measure up then, and then start on those Christmas jumpers. She wanted a hat as well, bless her, and she wanted me to make her brother a Spider-Man hat in the colours of Spider-Man, so I might try and do those as well. I've got socks that I need to, I've got another pair of socks that I've got on the go, which I forgot to show you. They're just plain vanilla socks in some wool that I got from a charity shop, so I've got no idea what it was. There's no ball band on it. It's like a deep red, nice colour, but I don't like the yarn because it keeps splitting. So I need to finish those. So it's really kind of gift knits, really, for people. I want to do a hat as well for someone, so I might try the diamond halo hat. I'm going to give that a go because I think that looks like a fun, not too difficult knit to do, which you'll get on and off the needles pretty quickly. So yeah, so that's what I've been working on. Now, acquisitions. So as you know, I'm one for the charity shops. I'm not very good at writing up, leaving notes on Ravelry, and I know I should be, and I've got no reason not to be, but I finish a garment and then I think, oh, I'll take photographs. I don't do it straight away because obviously I've got to block things, and then the lighting might not be good, and then I have to try, you know what I mean? It's hassle. So then it gets forgotten. Then I don't have any pictures. I can't remember what I made what I made it in, and the weights and the yardage and all the rest of it. So I thought what I would do is I would start and keep a notebook, and then keep that as I go along, because it's easy to pick up a pen and just write something down, rather than, I'm not very techy, as you can tell by my videos. So so what I thought I'd do is write things down, and then I can transfer them to Ravelry, and I've got everything in one place. I know where to find it, and I don't have to worry my brain about searching out ball bands and finding things that are thrown away. So I was in Edinburgh looking after my daughter's land snails. They went away to Paris last weekend, so I stayed there. I took my work with me. I did a little bit of work while I was there, and then I hit the charity shop Sunday morning, which was good. But gosh, they're expensive in Edinburgh, even the charity shops. But anyway, I went to have a look, and I picked up a notebook which I thought would be handy. It's a paper chase one. Brand new, never been used, and I think I paid £1.50 for it, so that wasn't too bad. So I'm going to put all my notes in here. I did start, and like an idiot, oh no, I've ripped it out now. There it was, I wrote it in there. I even did it in fancy pen. I started to write it down, but what I've done, instead of putting it in the front of the book, I've done it in the back of the book. So I've ripped it out, and I should do that again. But on the front, it's got plans for world domination. And I think that's just about sums everything up right now. in the world, don't you? So yeah, so that'll I can have put my notes in there. As I'm into my shawls, I was looking around and out the shelter charity shop, I've got this book. I've left the sticker on it. I can peel it off now. I've showed you. It was £2.50 and it's called Sock Yarn Shawls, and that's by Jen Lucas. And I thought, oh, that was really appropriate because at the time I was in the middle of doing my slip stitch shawl, which was just done out of sock yarn. So I thought that was really cool. And there's some great patterns in here, which I'm hoping to have a go at. This book, I mean, it looks brand new. So there's another nice one there. I don't know if you can see it properly. But when you think of the cost of patterns, I thought, you know, that's not bad. And I definitely want to do some more that aren't too difficult. And it tells you, gives you an idea, you know, the skill level required to do them. So yeah, so that cost me £2.50, so I was pleased with that. And then picked up a Rowan. This wasn't from Edinburgh, this was from Jedburgh, little charity shop there. And now this one had been £12.50 and it is like new. Ooh. It is like new, and that is number 68. And again, I mean, sometimes you'll get these, sorry about I don't know if the light's coming through now, the line, if you can see lines on my face, it's from the blind. So yeah, so sometimes these were magazines, I used to collect them, I used to always pick them up second hand, and I like this, and then found that I would never really kind of make anything, so I had a quick flick through it, and I thought actually there's quite a few patterns in there I would like to do. There's a cool pair of slippers as well. What else have we got? Oh, it's quite a nice cardigan. There's quite a few in here I'm definitely going to have a go at. I'll probably have to do it in a different yarn, because I'll be quite honest, I can't really afford to do things in the Rowan yarn. So yes, I was really pleased with that. And I paid, what did I pay for that? I think it was £2. It was either £1.50 or £2, and it's like new, so I'm really pleased with that. And it's got some good articles in there about different designers and stuff, as always. So that's that. So I was also gifted some yarn at my local, I'll say it wasn't me personally gifted, but somebody dropped off a lot of yarn, just acrylic yarn, so I've got bits of floof floating about, so acrylic yarn. So I picked up, I think it was 4 balls, 4 balls of grey and 3 balls of like a caramel colour, that if you can see them just there in that cubby hole. So somebody had handed them in, 100% acrylic, I can use them for something. And yeah, but thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed it. It's a bit chaotic, but then they always were. So yeah, so thank you for joining me. It's a pleasure to be back. Please like and subscribe. I would like to get my subscribers up again. They've dropped off a bit, obviously, because I haven't been podcasting. So I had put a short out during the week. I thought I would start and do a little series on knitting in beautiful places. So we was over at Jedburgh and it was a beautiful sunny day, and I took my Boneyard shawl, which I'd nearly finished, and I took that and I did a bit of knitting, first in Mary Queen of Scots' house garden, but there was a lady having a lunch in the way, so we scrapped that idea, and then we went down by the river and there was a beautiful Jedburgh Abbey in the background. So so I did a bit of knitting there. My daughter kindly videoed it and I put on some music and it was great. It got loads of likes, and Yeah, and it was seemed to be quite popular, which has boosted things up again. So I might do a few more of them because it was quite fun to do. The thing is, I think though, is finding a nice sunny day when I'm not going to be working. But then I'm not working so many hours now, so it might be a bit possible. So yeah, so watch that space because I might be appearing on a short again. It was such good fun, and you'll see it over on Instagram if you go and have a look onto my Instagram account. I put the video on there. But yeah, that was good fun. I'd like to do some more of them. But thank you for joining me. I shall be back. I promise this time. Hopefully next time it won't be quite so chaotic. But yeah, leave your comments down below. I love to hear from you. I'll always reply. And yeah, so see you next time then. Right, bye bye.